Hi loves, it's Danya and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, like I just said, my name is Danya and welcome. So on today's video, it's going to be kind of like a chit chat, get ready with me. I'm going to be doing a look that I did for the weekend for a birthday party. I got so many compliments on it, so I wanted to share that look with you guys and see how I got it done. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. I already moisturized my face. I've been using this one for a bit of a while and I like it because it really keeps my face moisturized and hydrated. I use the oil-free acne moisturizer from Neutrogena. And then I wait like 5 to 10 minutes for that to kind of sink in and set in my face. I'm going to go in with the Professional Primer, and this is really good, especially if you have oily skin and if you're having like acne problems. That's really good. It's been helping me a lot. It actually doesn't break me out, so that's why I've been using it. So basically I use this most like on the T-zone, which is this section right here going down up to here, and then whatever is left I just apply it to the rest of the face. The reason I do that is because it helps the face kind of prep it so that your foundation stays pretty nice and smooth, and if you have like open pores, it kind of fills them in. That way your face doesn't look like sometimes when you look at somebody that have like little like their pores, like, you know, like little holes on them. Well, that way those can kind of fill in, especially if you like have like acne problems. That's really gonna help. So I've really been using the Jaclyn Hill palette a lot lately, ever since I told you guys about this palette. I've been using mostly the neutral colors, and as you guys can see, the palette is literally like so beat up because I literally non-stop been using this one. I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with this color right here, which is called Silk Cream. I'm sorry, it's called MFEO. I'm just gonna grab that shade and I'm just going to put that all over the lid. I'm sorry, all over the crease. I'm gonna try not to use any of those products on the lid, simply because I'm gonna be using another type of product on the lid that it's kind of like a liquidy. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for the video and keep watching for that. That way you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna focus that out here in the outer, all in the way the inner. Like I said, try to keep the lid free from the powder. That way it's nice and smooth. And when you apply that other eyeshadow that I'm gonna show you guys later on in the video, it doesn't look bumpy or dry. I'm gonna go with another shade that's kind of similar to that one, but a little bit more darker, which is this one right here, and that one is called Pookie. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do that, focus that on the outer and then towards the inner of the just make crease. Sure that when you're doing these eyeshadows, you just have to blend them out really nicely. We don't want them to have any hard edges, but don't worry, when you're almost done with the eyeshadow that you're performing on, you will have to get a clean brush that has no product in it and kind of just blend it out. That way you smooth out any hard edges. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit more deeper tone, and I'm going to be using the shade that's right beside Pookie, which is this one right here, and that one is called Hunt. And just with the same brush, because the brush it was lower colors than this one that's more intense, so I'm going to use just the same brush. Just do a little bit and tap off the excess, simply because some of these shadows do have fallout. So I'm just going to focus this right towards the outer one, and kind of just what I do is just like poke it and then spread it out. That way the pigmentation stays right exactly on the area that you want it to be. So just try to blend them out really nicely, especially the intense. So now that I have the colors that I wanted applied on that area, I'm going to go in with the favorite part, the one that I've been excited to tell you guys about, and that is the Metal Shock eyeshadows, and these are from the brand Essence. These were only $4.99 at Ulta, and they are super beautiful, so pigmented. This is what I got the most compliment on about. So this one is kind of like, I got two shades actually. I got two shades. The one that I used for the party was on the shade 2, which is called Stars and Stories, and I saw how beautiful this was that I had to go back to Ulta and purchase another one. Another one that I purchased was Total Eclipse. This is kind of like a dark metallic. It's kind of like in between like a grayish blackish one, and this is it right here. And then the one that I used for the party, which was on Saturday, is this one. It's kind of like a rosy gold one, and this is so beautiful. So the way that I applied it was that this actually looks like if you were like applying a lipstick. So you're only going to apply this on the lid. Try to not get it on the crease, simply because you already got that part done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab it and I'm just going to start placing it on the lid very carefully. You can start placing it like from the lid, or you can go ahead and start shaping it out, which is right basically where you close your eye, where your eye closes. So you have to be really, really careful when it comes to handling these type of eyeshadows. So you have to be very, very, as of right now, the liquid eyeshadow is still kind of drying. So what I'm going to do is, with the same brush where I performed the other eyeshadows, I'm just going to go back in and kind of just blend out the hard edges. And in case you got a little more on the crease, you can just kind of fix that up a little bit. So I'm doing right now. And just keep in mind that these were $4.99. And what I'm trying to say is that I think it was like 2 days ago I tried to test this out. And like right now, if I'm doing my finger, they stay there. But if you were to, I tested it out and I put it underwater and they faded away really quick. So just keep in mind that $4.99 won't get you as much. But I think these are really pretty for $4.99. They perform really nicely. They're really pigmented. So that's why I got them and I really like them. But just keep in mind that it's not something, they're not like the ones that are like $28.99. So they probably would stay on water, but these are only $4.99 and they don't. So maybe that's something that you guys wanted to know in case you guys wanted to go and purchase them. So yeah, so now that while I let that dry a little bit more, I'm gonna move on to my face. And for the foundation that I'm gonna be using is the Born This Way Too Faced foundation. And then I've been recently adding a little drops of the Revlon Color Stay foundation, which is the normal to dry one. And I'm in the shade 320, and this one has a SPF of 20. Normally I will get something that's SPF of over 50, but I've been having this in my vanity for a little bit, so I just wanted to get rid of it. So I've been using a little drop onto the Too Faced. So what I do, before I used to just put that foundation on my hand, but sometimes when I'm wearing like clothes, sometimes I have a habit of touching my clothes and the foundation gets all over my clothes. So what I do now is just grab like a little mirror or something that I have, and I squirt the foundation on there, and all I do is just swirl it around with the ended side of the brush, and I just apply it on there like that, and there's literally nothing on my hand. And this is something that you can wash off at the end of the day, so I like it. So I'm just going to go ahead and start to apply that on. So this was a kind of like a natural glowy look. So yeah. So make sure that when you're also applying your foundation, make sure that you get all the way down your neck. And also something else that I've noticed is that when you're using especially when you're using a brush, make sure that you're also tapping in. You can swirl around like this, but make sure you're tapping most, because if you're just swirling around, you're just moving the foundation from one place to another, and it's not really giving you any coverage. So make sure that at the same time you're also patting, and then you're also swirling. I have the foundation down. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. concealer, and I'm just going to be using that right under the eyes. Just if I have any like dark under here and any dark circles, especially for someone that had like acne problems like me, it's kind of hard to cover up dark circles. So yeah, and most of us also have a bunch of dark circles. So for the concealer, I'm just going to be using a flat brush. This is the Morphe brush, and I'm just going to be buffing that out right here. Try to buff that out really good. We don't want it to be all cakey. So buff that out nicely. If you don't feel comfortable putting a lot of concealer because you don't know how much you're going to need, just put like a little bit and then keep adding if you feel like you're going to need more. but just keep in mind that you don't need so much concealer, because then at the end of the day your face can look really cakey. When you take pictures you can get that bag flashback, so just keep in mind that you need to measure the amount. I'm gonna go in again with the shade Pookie, and I'm just going to put that right under the waterline of my eye to kind of give it that natural smoky look. Now I'm going to do that on both sides, and then I'm also, after I do that, I'm going to go into the shade Hunt, and I'm going to do the same thing. And Hunt is like a really pigmented orangey reddish, so I'm going to give it the more spicy look that I need. Yeah, like going to this shade right here, which is called Beam, and I'm going to do it with a small brush, and I'm just going to place that right in the inner corners of my eyes. It's really pretty. And I'm going to use that one to highlight right under my brow line as well, but I'm going to go ahead and do my brows first. So for my brows, I'm going to be using the Benefits Precisely My Brow Pencil. And what I do first is that I brush them up, and then I use their gel. So I forgot to tell you guys, but normally after I apply my foundation on, I use either a lip infusion or a lip hydration to apply on my lips, just so that my lips are hydrated before I apply whatever type of lipstick or lip gloss I'm going to use. And the one that I'm using right now is the Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Lip Oil. This has vitamins in it, so it's really, really good. I'm not sure how much this cost, because this was given to me by Ulta for my birthday, so I wouldn't really be able to tell you guys about that. So I'm going to go in with their gel, and this gel also has vitamins in it. It helps your hair grow. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't really grow hair on their eyebrows, I will definitely recommend this, because this does help your eyebrows hair grow a little more. So yeah. So now that I have that on, I'm going to let it dry for a little bit, and I'm going to start doing my brows. Something I do want to mention, because I actually bought this in a kit. It comes with a high brow. It's kind of like a highlight that you put under your brow bone. But I really don't like this. Like, this is literally... No, I don't like that. That's like a it's a crayon, but it's not even like a highlight. It's like, I don't even know what it is. So I'm gonna start doing my eyebrows, and the way that I start doing them, so right now my brows are not waxed, so that's gonna be like a little complicated. But normally when I haven't waxed my brows, I have like a tweezer. I try to take a little bit as I can to kind of fix them up, that way they don't look that horrible. But I normally start from here and then do towards the outer, and then whatever is kind of left on the spoolie, because you're going to be brushing up. And that's kind of what I use from the beginning, because we don't want the beginning to be really dark. So I'm going to start from the bottom, and basically I'm just underlining right where the brows, the little hairs start. And then I'm just going to be brushing up. I'm going to be doing the same thing over and over until I get the shape that I want and how dark I want my brows to be. Because everybody has different characteristics. Everybody is different. Everybody likes their eyebrows different. So, yes. Like for me, I don't like them too dark. I don't like them too thick or too long. I like them more like of a natural look. Kind of like that. So I'm starting the other side already. So I'm just kind of following right where it starts, and then just kind of filling it in using my spoolie to kind of brush them out, make the color even, and then I try to go again. So just take your time on these, because your brows are everything when it comes to look. I got my brows right where I wanted them to be. I'm gonna go in with that color, which is called the Beam color, and with the flat-ended brush, I'm just going to put some of that on and just kind of put it under here to give it that more of a pop on it. Normally I would put concealer on the brows to kind of clean them up, but I'm just gonna go ahead and skip that step just for today because I don't want this video to be a million years long, simply because I feel like I talk too long. So I'm just gonna highlight that a little bit, make that look a little more sharp, precisely, and prettier. And I'm gonna finish up my eyes by adding the liner that I'm gonna be using today, and I've kind of been using this one mostly on every kind of looks that I do when I go out, is the Deep Felt Kardashian's Beauty. And it is a liquid liner, so it's a little, so it helps you better, but at the same time you have to be really careful because this can ruin your eyeshadow look. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna go out too big with the wing. I'm just going to add liner from the beginning of my eye just towards the end up here. So you have to be really careful. I'm not really a person that uses eyeliner a lot, but practice makes perfect. So this is probably, and there you go. Practice makes perfect, so you have to keep practicing to be perfect. So for example, this one, that the eyeshadow that I use is liquid. What I'm gonna do is just wait until the eyeliner dries, and I'm gonna go in and do the liquid eyeshadow there again. That way that dot is not right there. So I went ahead off camera and finished the eyeliner, but now I'm gonna focus you guys a little bit so you guys can see it. So I just did it from here to here, and then on here I went ahead and fixed the dot where I kind of messed up, so it kind of looks like this now, and I think it's actually turning out pretty nicely. So now that I have that done, I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face. I'm gonna be using the light to medium Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was actually given to me by my boyfriend, so thank you. So I'm gonna be using the one in the middle, which was kind of like a medium, it's not like dark, and I'm gonna be just doing it on the cheeks of my bones. Just like that. And on the other side too. So normally I would use like a little smaller brush, like a little more hard densed one, but that one is kind of currently dirty, so I don't want to use that. Also, something else that I want to go ahead and tell you guys is, I kind of actually learned this kind of like the hard way, and I've seen YouTube videos of other YouTubers that use their brushes when they're already dirty. I used to do that before, and I don't really recommend that because of the bacteria that has already been on your brushes after you have used them and you just lay them around there and they're already dirty. So please try to use clean brushes, because that will definitely make you break out. And trust me, I should know. So now that I have that nicely done, I'm gonna add a little bit of contour under here on my jawbone. We're gonna go in with a bronzer, and the bronzer that I'm going to be using is not here. Let me grab it really quick. It's the Hoola bronzer. This is a bronzer that I've been using like all the time now, and I've actually got the mini one. This is the mini one actually right here. I got this one for $15 because the original ones are like $28 to $30, I believe. And right now at Ulta, it's the 21 Days of Beauty. So if you go to Ulta right now, for the price that I got this mini one, is the price that you could get for the big one. So I would definitely go and purchase it and try it out. I promise you guys, y'all won't regret it. It's a really, really good bronzer. Anything from Benefit is really good. The only thing that I didn't like was that crayon that I showed you guys earlier. That was like a highlight or whatever. So yeah. So now I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Mermaid Glow by Eva, and I'm going to be using this blush right here. It's kind of like a peachy pinkish nudish undertone. And I'm just going to set that on there. A little bit up here, just to give it a little more tone. Now that I have that ready, I'm gonna go in with the highlight, which is this one right here. And I'm just going to grab a little smaller brush, and I'm gonna dip into it, and then just kind of swirl it up here. It's really, really pretty. At the beginning when I bought this trio, like I think it was like this one, it was 3 lipsticks and an eyeshadow palette. I was not convinced at all when it came to these, but now I think they're really pretty. They're really kind of like natural, so I kind of doubted that at the moment, but now I really like them. They're really nice. So yeah, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna move on to my lips. And just for today's video, I won't be doing a lip liner, especially when it comes to the Kylie Cosmetics lip kits. I don't really use her lip liners that much, simply because with the lipstick or the lip gloss that you're using, especially her matte lipsticks, you don't really need a lip like a pencil, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So, but for this one example, this one's kind of like a different brush. I don't know if you guys can see that. And so I'm not sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be applying a dark and a really light lipstick on my lips. So I'm gonna be doing the NYX matte lipstick in the color, this doesn't even have a color, I don't even see the name on it. So I'm just going to be applying this one on the bottom of my lips. And then for the top of my lips, I'm going to be doing the Kylie Cosmetics, and this one is the Cupcake Lip Gloss. So it comes like in a little brush like I showed you guys, and I'm going to apply this on the top of my lips. I know my lips look a little crazy right now because it's like one lip is different, the one's lip different. What I'm going to do is combine them together right now. And they still look a little weird, but and right now they look like velvety. But I'm going to go ahead and use a setting powder, which is this one right here. This is the one I've been using ever since I started literally using setting powder. And with the brush that I use the blush and the highlighter with, I'm going to dip it in like 2 times. And I'm just going to set it on my lips. So it's kind of like a velvety look. But kind of like it looks kind of like a matte finish. It makes it look really natural, really pretty. I love it. Look how nicely pretty that looks. It looks like natural, like if you don't really have nothing on it, but at the same time it's like you have something on there. Like do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like it's really pretty. I just love it. So that is it for today's videos, my loves. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying with me throughout the whole video. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and comment down below any ideas you guys have for me for the future, and I will definitely look into it. So let me know if you guys like this look, if you guys are recreating it, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye.